What's up, guys? I'm Skilla and this is Nerd Stuff with Skilla. Today I wanted to talk about the new adaptation of It. I know that most YouTubers already have their reviews and everything up, but I wanted to put my 2 cents in because I just watched it night before last. Last night I finally got to go see Spider-Man Homecoming and it was amazing and I loved every second of it. But It is a totally different type of movie than Spider-Man Homecoming, obviously. It is a horror movie about a almost Lovecraftian being coming to terrorize the town of Derry, Maine, and the 7 children who get involved in that situation. I guess before we get any farther, spoilers ahead. I feel like if you don't already know the movie It, the original made-for-TV series, or have read the book by now, I guess just go do that. Or go see the new movie. Now, I grew up watching the original It, and it scared me to death as a kid. I wasn't one of those people who developed coulrophobia, fear clowns, from watching it, but there are a lot of scenes in that movie, like the bathroom blood scene, that just, I was so scared. I was scared to, look in mirrors in bathrooms when it was a dark night or something, I guess. I was younger. I was scared of a lot of things. Not so much anymore, but I really was extremely pleasantly surprised by this movie. The book does a lot of flashing back to different things that happened throughout the history of the town, and sometimes it got a bit dull for me, so I didn't finish the book. It's a gigantic book, and I don't feel bad about that. I never do. If I put a book down, I put it down for a reason. Sorry, Stephen. It's a really great book. It just didn't captivate me the way that other Stephen King novels captivated me. And I thought it was going to because I loved the miniseries so much when I was younger. Now, I haven't watched the miniseries in a long time, but I know that it's really hokey. I know that all of the adult scenes are kind of garbage, but the kids in the movie were fantastic, I thought. And of course, Tim Curry is always fantastic, always on point, always great. What I needed this movie to do for me was give me excellent performances by the kids and a terrifying Pennywise the Dancing Clown. And I really feel like it delivered. I watched it by myself. I went at a late showing. There were only 5 other people in the entire viewing theater with me. The movie was really good. Some of the computer generated elements of it weren't my favorite, but overall, I think that it was really well handled. The kids in this movie are fantastic. Now, they did set the movie farther along in time than the initial movie was set. So this movie is set in the 80s, and the kids part of the story is set in the 80s, and in the original, the kids part of the story was set in the 60s, I believe. I really liked that it didn't get super heavy-handed with the 80s references. They mentioned Molly Ringwald, they mentioned New Kids on the Block a couple times, and everybody's dressed as though they were in the 80s, and I thought that was a really good handling of not going overboard, cramming it in your face that they've changed the timeline. So I really liked that. The kids in this movie were fucking fantastic. Every single one of them played their characters super well. I didn't really like that they took a lot away from Mike's character. You don't see as much of Mike as I would have liked to have seen. I think he's really important, and they took some of his character traits and gave them to Ben instead, which was nice, and I guess it kind of shored up the plot line a little bit more. If you're gonna do that, I don't know. I just didn't really care for them taking a lot of Mike's character away from him. I thought that was kind of lame. You got to see a really good look at why all of their fears are what they are. The home situations that led to them being afraid of things was really well handled, I thought. And it was really creepy. Really, really creepy. I don't know that anybody will ever be able to outdo Tim Curry in a Tim Curry role, but Skarsgård, I think, did a really fantastic job. The makeup was terrifying. The visual effects that they used to give him that otherworldly creepiness was really cool. And the callbacks that they did to things that happen in the novel I thought was really good without being heavy-handed. One of the things about the novel that really made me not want to finish it was how often they would go back and do a 20-page off story about something that happened 30, 40, 50 years ago. And in this, they left all of that in the scenes where they're looking at books or looking at slideshows instead of making it these gigantic pig trails. I thought that was really good. Overall, I think this movie was fantastic. This is the first movie review I've done on this channel, so I think I will do a 5-star rating on movie reviews that I do. I won't be doing that for TV show episodes Maybe if I do like a season synopsis, I'll do a rating. But let's go ahead and give this one, I'd say like 4.5 stars. Like, it was genuinely creepy at some points. It had a lot of really great thriller aspects to it. And the acting in the movie was fantastic. It was well written. The handling of childhood bullying was fantastic, and showing you why bullies were the way that they were was fantastic. Everything about this movie was good. Other than some of the CGI moments that I didn't really care for, but Hollywood is not going to use practical effects for all the things that we feel they should use practical effects for. And that's just the long and the short of it, really. And so I can be upset about that in my heart, but I understand that it's never going to be the way that I want it to be. Every scene was plot driven. It wasn't like there was a bunch of throwaway scenes in there, which happens all the time with horror movies. The jump scares were actually engrossing instead of just being like, oh, it wasn't actually a bad guy. Pretty much most of the time when you get a jump scare in this movie, like something effed up is happening to these poor little kids. The blood in the bathroom scene, oh my god. If I had seen that when I was a kid, I would not have slept for a week. It was so messed up. This is part 1 of a 2-part series, and the second part will deal with the adult side of the story, and I really hope that they do a better job with it than the original TV series did. You know, time will only tell, but this portion of the 2-part series was really, really well handled. You could tell there was a lot of love for the original source material, as well as a lot of love for the original series. So I think that they're going to do a really great job with the second installment, and I just go see it, man. Like, if you like horror movies, if you like the original movie or the book, then you got to get out there and go see it. But yeah, comment down below if you have any thoughts on the movie It. Thumbs up if you enjoyed listening to this review. And make sure to subscribe if you want to hear more reviews of television episodes of things that I like to watch, or some movie reviews. Hopefully I'll be going to see Mother tomorrow, I hope. Tomorrow, maybe the next day, or maybe Monday. But I hope sometime soon. Alright, thank you so much for watching.